Noviggo is a digital native tech agile company.
I definitely sure you have managed all these things in your company for sure.
When we started, it was 500K to 1 million. Maybe now we are going up to 1 million to 10 million kind of a dollar kind of.
We were very clear from the beginning that we want to be successful both in the US and Middle East market.
This is the day in day out job for me. Always try to retain a talent.
We didn't have funding, number one. It was completely bootstrapped. Second, we didn't have that kind of a brand.
I mean, every year we create some innovation to retain our top 10% talent.
One thing that we as a group decided very early on is to have discipline in terms of how our numbers should be.
Let's welcome Mr. Praveen Khalbavi, Managing Director and CEO for Novigo Solutions Private Limited. A very warm welcome to you, sir. We request you to join us on the panel here and be seated. Yes, like I said, this is a multi-star cast, a big budget movie kind, right? We have 4 heroes with us, I said. 3 of them are joining us here today. So we also have another member of the core founding team. We have a strategist at heart. He's been instrumental in shaping Novigo's innovation culture, aligning technology with real-world business problems. His contributions have been a key to Novigo's leap into AI, cybersecurity, and digital platforms. We have Mr. Mohammed Hanif, the co-founder and the CTO of Novigo Solutions Private Limited here with us. Please give him a very big round of applause and a very, very warm welcome to you, sir. We welcome you to the panel. Also joining us would be in some time, Mr. Shihab Kalandar. He has a strong command of compliance and control. He is somebody who ensures that Noviggo remains agile, secure, and process-driven. He's championing the scalability while maintaining the highest standards it could possibly have. Mr. Shihab Kalandar, co-founder and CCO of Novigo Solutions Private Limited, will be joining us in a while. He'll be a part of the panel as well. We are missing one of the heroes today. But like I said, this is the beginning of the stories. We'll have a lot more stories to tell tomorrow. So he'll join us again some other day. But we also would like to mention his name and the contribution that he has given to this wonderful moment. The engine behind operations and client delivery, Mr. Jarod, who has kept Novigo customer obsessed from day one. His leadership has strengthened delivery excellence across industries and geographies. So we would like to give him a round of applause as well for the contribution to the wonderful city of Mangalore. Now, I'm talking about Mangalore. I was talking about the opportunities that it has. I was talking about all that could be possibly done. Now, we are talking about IT field here. But there's a term called as construction business. This is a layman term. So they feel construction is business. But I have a man with me who doesn't look into construction as business. He looks at you the way you look at IT as strategy. He looks at it as a strategy. And more than anything, what I have observed is it's not about building tall structures. It's about building the city. And I think MGM Realty, Vertex Managed Workspace is doing it very wonderfully. Please welcome somebody who will take the baton from here on to moderate this panel of experts on stage here with us. I have a visionary entrepreneur, a driving force behind the Vertex Workspace, and his forward-thinking approach is what I was talking about. Mr. Gurudatta Shenoy, let's hear a very big round of applause to him, and we welcome you to the dais, sir. Now, Noviggo, the story that we are talking about, it's a very, very vast story. But before that, we've just put it into a small teaser. In few seconds, if we could show what Noviggo is all about, I have a teaser to be presented for all of you all. So all eyes on the LED screen. Can we have the teaser, the Novigo story, please?
Noviggo is a digital native tech agile company focusing on agentic AI and data engineering solutions. With 900 plus passionate Noviggo ITs across 10 plus offices globally, we deliver cutting edge technology solutions to 130 plus clients in all major industries. Partnering with top tier technology partners, we offer tailored solutions to meet your business needs. Noviggo Solutions, your trusted partner in innovation.
Well, that's a long story short, but let's get into the details. So the first round that we welcome you is to listen to the story, Novigo Solutions as a Mangalorean beacon of global tech excellence. So we have the moderator with us. We have Gurudatta sir on stage. So from here on, it's your words and your voice, sir.
Thank you, Anurag. I welcome you all My team has put up a challenge to me to moderate these guys actually sitting along with this legend and even a August gathering. All the tech revolutionized people who have done greatest job have gathered here today. It is the greatest task given to me. I will try to make as much as possible. We have Noviggo solution, building future-ready intelligent enterprise. This is what their tagline is. They are intelligent enough to make many more such operational intelligent enterprises. So they have presence in USA, UK, Netherlands, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Singapore, and 5 cities of India. This is the success story, and this is the work they have done, put up in last 1 decade. And we Mangaloreans need to celebrate like it's our own success. So I request all of you to put a big round of applause for these two. When we say team, they are 4 founders. We know all of them are really busy, and since 2 years we are trying to understand this Novigo story. Finally, we are here. Actually, our Shihab Kalandar will join us in another 2-3 minutes. He has to catch a flight at 6:30, but still he agreed to join us. We have Praveen Khalbavi with us and Mohammed Hanif. To address this gathering of tech achievers, as we come together to celebrate this entrepreneurial spirit, the remarkable contribution of every one of you, we have gathered here to understand it's not the story about Novigo Story. All of you have got your own success stories also. We will also hear that, and you might resonate with that, their way of work, struggle, everything. Every company has its own way of growth. So let us try to understand with their story where we stand or where is that we need to look at. So I'll start from Praveen Khalbavi, sir. Definitely, we all know that beginning is a big success. So then it is just a beginning. You have every day, you have a struggle to face. So how did those first 100 days shape the culture and course of the company that you are so strong today? And you always mention that this is just a beginning now. So let me know about this, sir.
Okay, good evening everyone, and first of all thanks to Vertex and Gurudatta and team for giving us this opportunity to share so-called Novigo story. And it's not a fancy story. I'm sure you know every entrepreneur sitting here have their own successful stories. Yeah, maybe we are giving our flavor to the whole thing. So before that, just to introduce myself, it's been fairly long time in the IT industry. I have been there for now almost 33 years now. Started way back in 91, where IT was just booming in India as such. And thankfully, I got into Infosys as my second job in 92, when Infosys itself was around 250 employees. And so that way, I've been really lucky to be part of that growth journey of Infosys, which is one of the icons of the IT industry in India itself. Where I was part of the journey from 250 to, we grew all the way up to 150,000 or rather 150,000 employees. And in that journey, I played various roles. Obviously started as a software engineer trainee and moved all the way up to vice president. And also I was heading the Mangalore Development Center. And just to, quickly roll back again, when Infosys thought of opening a center outside Bangalore, in fact, when I joined Infosys, we didn't even have a center, right? It was all a rental building, one in Koramangala and one in Jayanagar. And Jayanagar was literally an apartment, or rather house. It's a house. Then apartment was also not there too much. It's just a house. And in Koramangala, one rental office and one floor. 4th floor was a place where we started. And then in 95, and of course, the 92 to 95 journey was also good. And then 93, I was in US. 94, 95, I was in US. I was in Boston. No, when I came back, one of the senior gentlemen asked me whether you want to go to Mangalore. So that's when I realized that they were looking at Mangalore as a strategic location to go for as a second destination. Then I said, okay, it's fine. It's like company coming to my hometown. So we started here in Mangalore with 20 people. And
all right, so we had a brief introduction about you, but Definitely, like I said earlier, these stalwarts don't need any introduction. We have been joined by Mr. Shihab Kalandar, the co-founder and CCO of Novigo Solutions Private Limited. Ladies and gentlemen, a very big round of applause. Like I said, you have a strong command of compliance, they said, and that's what keeps the company running. So all of you put together, this is the story that Sir was talking. So let's continue.
Yeah, sure. So, and then obviously I agreed, and we were in a rental building, Kankanadi here, and then, we were searching for the land when we were around 200, 250 people, and that's where we took that Kotara so-called bus stand. It was supposed to be a structure, constructed building from KSRTC, and for some reason, they couldn't continue, so they gave to Infosys. And I remember we have seen the land of wherever Karnataka Bank headquarters is now, wherever the Forum Mall is today, and all the PWD quarters in and around Kotara, and there are at least 50 plus lands. Me and my person who was handling the facility, we were searching around, and finally we chose this. And it's again, it's a very complicated building, and because of the structure itself. But anyway, we started, and then we grew to almost 1,800 plus, and then again we ran out of space. Then we moved to the new campus, which is there in Mudipu, and then I was heading the center for almost 2 years, from 2009 to 2011, and then 2011. Let me give a honest story, because you want to hear the story, right? My honest story was, I thought it's enough of IT, right? Enough of IT, because I spent 20 years, decent enough, I can survive or have a decent life in Mangalore. So I thought, let me take a break. Then obvious question, what do you want to do, right? I thought, whatever I learned, I've been playing various roles in Infosys, both on the client management and project management, people handling, and in general, unit, or so-called the business unit, right? So I thought, let me use that knowledge to help some of the startups, as well as share my knowledge in the institutions. That's how I got out, to be very honest. But then I was kind of influenced by my 3 smart young partners, right? And they approached me saying that, we have a vision, we want to do something, why don't you partner with us? Then I thought, yes, good, because that will be a good opportunity to anyway mentor and guide, because that was my intent when I left, right? So I thought it's a good opportunity where I can be part of it. So that's how we started, myself, these 2 gentlemen, as well as, the person who is in Dubai. And we were very clear, because if you look at our history, we were having experience in the IT services industry. I'm sure, you guys know about IT as a concept. IT has IT services, then ITES, or so-called BPO or BPM, and then products and engineering services, right? Whereas we had experience, including myself and all other gentlemen here, had enough experience in IT services, and all of us have worked with global clients, both in US, Europe, and Middle East. So given that, we thought that is where, we want to play on our strength, and that's how we started our journey. Started with 20 people, steadily, ramped up, and today, with God's grace, as well as all our hard work, we have reached a stage where we are comfortably, around 900 plus employees globally. We have clients from almost 12 countries, and we have almost 7 global offices and 5 development centers. But fact that what I, as well as other gentlemen, learned from spending almost 20 years in Mangalore, we realized that there is something unique to Mangalore, right? That is a talent pool here. And that's what we learned in Info. So we wanted to start here. So even though we are global, our base is always Mangalore. Now even today, as we speak, 50% plus our employees are in Mangalore. And we go to colleges in and around in Mangalore. And that's how we started our journey and then continued. I don't know whether I answered your question completely, but maybe you can.
Yes, sir.
Maybe to just expand on the story to complete it, right? When we look back now, there are 3 things that really work for us in our partnership, right? The first thing is, when we started the company, it was always important to have certain sense of madness within the group. I think 3 of us brought that within the group, the ability to take risk in terms of, how to, formalize our strategy. Praveen was more of a very, level-headed, process-oriented person. So I think that combination of 3 of us bringing in that madness, plus Praveen bringing in that process and sanity within the group, I think that really worked well. Second, for a IT services company, it's always important when we start to have people with hands-on skills in terms of, getting, rolling up your sleeves and, getting your hands dirty, getting into the project. I think 3 of us brought in that aspect into the equation. And third, of course, when you start, you need a lot of connections. Eventually, when you do the business, you will understand how to expand, build strategies and all of that. So I think that, Praveen really helped us. So the combination of Praveen plus three of us, coming from slightly different age group, I think that combination really worked well for us.
It's amazing to know that they had a very good structure, stability and agility with the young minds also. Fortunately, you had a clear vision, you knew what you are doing. Unlike us, we are still struggling what we are doing. So it's amazing to know how you started. I believe everybody has got this card in your table. There is a QR code in it. Than we having a one-side chat, I expect if you have any question in your mind, you can just scan it in a Mentimeter. You can raise a question. It will come over here. I'll pick it out of it and I'll try to answer that as well. So I believe you all three or Zarood, four together had so many strengths in you. I believe, like you mentioned, Praveen sir also brought that his decades of experience from Infosys to build your this thing. But definitely, I believe there is some unique thing about Noviggo, what you have achieved today. Definitely because of some uniqueness what Noviggo as a team has put up. So I ask Hanif to address 2 or 3 most significant milestone or breakthrough moment which shaped Noviggo.
When we started, the first international project that we won was to do a CMMS, Computerized Maintenance Management System for a power plant in Oman. I recollect the days when our competition was with IBM Maximo, which had a full-fledged CMMS platform then. So all we had was a Photoshop designer to replicate screens similar to IBM Maximo and then go and do a presentation and win it. So the fact that we understood that system, put in that effort to understand how we can be different from IBM Maximo, and then to go through all the pain of delivering that project, right? Just to give you some context, the entire data of that plant over the 20-25 years of their journey was in a magnetic tape, Sony magnetic tape. And I had gone along with Rupalakshmi, if she's here, I don't know, she's heading NCR in Mangalore now. So Rupalakshmi and I had gone for requirement gathering, and she was the first female to enter a power plant there in Oman. And we wear all these safety equipments and then enter the plant. And then we see that, I think Shihab had also visited there before that meeting. So when we visit there, we have one server where all the data is there, and all the data is there in a magnetic tape. And I didn't understand the depth of what I'm getting into. But we got the tape back to Mangalore and then realized there is no reader compatible with that magnetic tape in the entire country. And as our destiny would have it, right, finally I found that reader in KAOSCL, after searching entire India, and throughout the country, and then finally I get that, reader in Mangalore. Mr. Arun Bhatt is one who helped us then. And then we delivered that project. So initial days, the kind of projects that we got, they were really complex projects, and the fact that we were able to put a very good delivery team, hire the right laterals, I think that was one turning point. And then, of course, we were very clear that we want to partner with the hyperscalers. We partnered with Microsoft as our, first global partner. And I think until we reached about 150, 200 people, Microsoft was the only thing that we used to do. I think that gave us a competitive edge because, first 3 years of our journey, we were essentially competing in the same space as the biggies. I remember one of the large SharePoint projects in the Middle East, we were competing with Microsoft and HCL, and then we won against them. So that gave us a, kind of confidence that, is required to run the business. And then, of course, every 2-3 years, see, IT is a business, in my understanding, is a business which requires triggers. You can't be doing the same thing throughout the journey of IT company, at least, seeing the disruption that is happening in the market now. So I think we realized that very early in the game. So from Microsoft, we pivoted to Salesforce, for example. We started data analytics. We pivoted to, robotic process automation. And as we speak, we're doing a lot of work on agentic AI. So that ability to shift technologies and pivot into something that is required in the market, that is something that we did really well, Guru.
We have pouring in questions. I believe I'll continue. Most of questions even I have covered. I'll close my questions, then I will read one of them. While going through your presentation, I found I may not be a right person to ask technical questions. I went through that UiPath Gold Partner, then Microsoft Gold Partner, and your clientele speaks loud, like Etihad. You have so many good clients, and I definitely believe that your competitors are none less than Infosys, TCS kind of a company. And there are so many I may be wrong in pronouncing some of them. You need to explain me that that leading innovation in your organization, I believe, is what gave you that cutting edge way ahead in that competition. How is that global mandates you started capturing? I'd like to ask from Praveen Khalbavi.
Yeah. I think I will start. Further, maybe Shihab can talk about our UiPath specific relationship. So, see, initially I spoke about, we being a IT services company, right? So, in products, it's very easy because you have a concept or you have an idea and you take it to the market, right? You first have an idea, then try to, do a POC on that and then build. And then, of course, during building, if you want to get funding or whatever, you do it and then take it to the market, then expand. That's a usual step for a product. But whereas on services, it's different. Services, of course, I have written programs in language called COBOL way back in 92, 93, right? And now it's not even, I don't know whether it's still there or it may be still there. But the point is, every other year there used to be a new technology, right? So then moment there is a new technology, clients will expect us to say, can you provide people in this technology or can you build something in this technology? So when you talk about IT services, always building something new. So it is not product that is being given, right? It's not like a Tally or any such product. So from that perspective, one business strategy that we've been consistently using from the beginning and even today is looking at new technology trend in the market and then trying to hook onto it, right? That's how we started with so-called RPA when it started, okay? Whoever is technical and can understand, otherwise robotic process automation. That as a concept started maybe seven years back, 16. So what we did, we thought, okay, we have to be there. And there are twofold. I think it answers one of the questions also here. How do you attract talent? It also attracts not just the client business, it also attracts talent for us, right? Because talent will be, everybody wants to work on new technology. Nobody wants to work on old technology. So moment you're on new technology, it's easy to get people and it's easy to get business. The only thing, you should be prepared, right? And you can't say, I have already, some experience in that. So given that we started with the RPA, so how did we start again, right? When you talk about new concept in the services, again, the sub-strategy on that was to look at partnering with the leading product in that space. For example, when you started with our RPA journey, there were 3 leading products in the market, which was, one was Automation Anywhere, the Blue Prism, and UiPath. Okay? So we did some market research then and figured out that who are the leading products, because the moment you are connected to them, it's easy to go to the market, right? It gives an acceleration. So then, at that moment of time, it's actually Blue Prism which was leading, UiPath was second, and this one, Automation Anywhere, was third. Then we connected with Blue Prism, but their partnership ecosystem was not that partner friendly. So then we thought, okay, it doesn't matter. You can't be the first always, right? You can be the second. So that's how we started connecting with UiPath. And today, of course, Shihab can talk about our relationship with UiPath. So that really worked as some kind of a acceleration. Besides doing any type of, website or mobile app and, those kind of things. And then eventually, year on year, we looked at that kind of a new technology area that we hooked on to and a product in that area. So that's how we started. Now we talk about today, whatever service lines that we have, in every service line, we have a strong OEM partnership that has been helping us to grow. Maybe you can talk about how that specific thread has gone through.
I think Praveen, most of the things Praveen has covered. So I think as we started our journey, we were mostly focused on Microsoft until 2015 and 16. So 2016, it was an interesting story. I think in my last discussion also I covered it. So Blue Prism was the first one we started, and usually as OEM for a partner, they asked us to pay about $50,000 to buy the license. So that gave us the thought that why we should pay and take it as a services partner, because it's a mutual, the partnership has to be mutual, and that's when we connected with UiPath, and the CEO of UiPath was coming to Bangalore in 2016 November, and that time they hardly had 2 partners in India and had 2 customers in India. So we went and met the founder, and it was a closed door, around 50 to 100 people were there. There were a few customers and a few partners. on my way back, it was a day flight which I took, and because I'm proud to say, because there is a connection to Mangalore. So on my way back, I had a UiPath goodie bag in my hand, and in my airport, when I was waiting for the flight, so there was someone came and asked, like, have you attended UiPath? So I was surprised because UiPath was just entering Indian market, and somebody is coming and asking about the product. He said, yeah, I was also there in the event, and he happens to be from Karnataka Bank. And he said that, so good, I'm finding a company from Mangalore. And on my way back, 1 hour we discussed in the flight. We sat together and someone managed to get seat together and we sat together. By the end of the discussion, he said, I have some innovation fund. If you come and automate my 3 processes, I will give you this project. So next day morning, we went to Karnataka Bank and we discussed. Next day evening, we got our first PO on UiPath. Okay, that was our first breakthrough. It was the first banking client for UiPath in India. From there, we didn't look back. Why I'm saying that today we work with close to 80 to 90 clients only on this automation. And of course, that has helped us in opening the door in most of the customers. And also globally, they have about 25 partners globally. And we are one of the 25 recognized partner, and we have been inducted into their top tier partnership like Diamond Partnership. We are the only partner who has been recognized as a partner advisory board member from EMA and APAC region, even today. And proud to share the seat with PwC, KPMG, EY, Infosys, and bigger companies. And we are one of them, and sitting along with the founders and suggesting how about the product. So that has given a paradigm shift. And from there, we have partnered with multiple other OEMs like Darktrace, OutSystems, Mendix. So what we found that joint go-to-market with OEM has given us a different shift. Today in automation itself, we are close to about 200 people, along with Microsoft and UiPath. So today we, in Middle East, we have recognized as one of the top partners for automation. So some of the times, right time, right place. I mean, that's what I believe, because probably that gave us the right shift on that meeting, which gave us the partnership and helped us in grow much faster than what we were growing organically. In that particular, we have grown almost 100%. 2016 to 2018, we continuous 2 years, we have done 100% growth in 2 years. Otherwise, I think we would have covered. I think we are annually, we are growing about 35%. Annually, we are growing in last few years.
Yeah, great. Many of the questions are like, how did you crack first job? How did you enter UAE market? I believe they have answered this. I will pick some more questions from this now. Before that, I like to understand that when we are discussing, I understood you're more than 50-60% of your workforce is, you pick them from college background, and especially in Mangalore, you go have a collaboration with 15 engineering colleges, and you have this growth because of that talents, what is available in colleges. I would like to understand that what is that strength you are seeing. I would like to ask this to Shihab Kalandar, that how you pick these graduates, fresh graduates out of college, and what is that you feel that it's a gap in education now?
I mean, it's a longer debate, academy versus industry. I think, of course, all CII and KCCI, there are many organizations in Mangalore is trying to bridge that gap. Of course, I mean, that's how we have to go, because some of the autonomous universities are trying to get adopted into some of the latest, but of course, there will be some gap between industry. So what we have been doing every year, I think our headcount, 10% of our headcount, we go to the entry level. That's the first rule which we follow from last few years. So majority of the colleges we tied up in Mangalore itself, and some of the colleges in Mangalore have been giving us the first lot to pick, because we have been continuously going there. So that is really helping us, especially myself and Hanif. We make sure that for the fresh handpick or freshers interview, we make sure that we go for the campus, we personally visit. Last 10 years, we are continuously visiting. For each and every freshers, we personally speak to them, and because that's very important for us to grow in Bangalore. Because 50% today are Mangalore homegrown guys, are mostly homegrown guys. Yesterday we had some of the celebration of 5 years and 10 years. Some of them are handpicked from the college 10 years back, and they're still continuing with us. So that really helped us in growing Mangalore, grow our story in Mangalore. Second part is like fresh mind, you have a ability to cross-train them in multiple technologies. Our track record has been Mangalore talent, especially because we have hired few from Chennai, Cochin and Bangalore fresh colleges. We feel that there's a significant difference in talent in Mangalore, especially from the fresh graduates. And we were able to use them in a project client within 1 year. There are few guys who have been able to send to our client location within 6 months. And some of them within 3 years, we were able to place them as a solution architect, solution consultants from Mangalore region. So that way, we strongly believe that fresh talent from Mangalore has really helped us in our growth in Mangalore.
Yeah, we have one good question from audience that on your experience, how you would suggest them that from corporate, how to start a entrepreneurial journey, what you would suggest them?
I think it's already started. The journey has already started. As I know, there are 14 or 15 incubation centers in most of the institutions. Of course, I mean, I'm not getting into the validation of them, whether they are all doing the good job or a bad job or whatever. But I still feel the disconnect is primarily, connecting with the industry. While I know, I've been part of some, industry bodies, and every industry body is trying, but ultimately the gap that I see is between the staff there, right, versus students. Students are interested, but when you talk about either internship or any of the projects, they just send to companies. The challenge for the companies, especially the mid-sized companies, is we don't have that much of a bandwidth. For example, I know in Infosys, we used to have a large L&D team where there are exclusive members to handle the freshers, interns, and all of them. But mid-sized companies won't have that. So some of the things that we proposed, of course, as part of CA also, I did talk to a few colleges where I said, there has to be somebody from the education institutions to own it up from the staff side. Today, unfortunately, I mean, I don't want to, say negative about education institutions, but what happens is, they just send the students to us, and then we will spend time on training, we will spend time on educating them on a project, they build something, then they go back and they just present, and they don't even know what the requirement is. So that shouldn't happen. So to that extent, what I would feel is, the joint requirement has to come. So that's why even when you are choosing interns, in our company we have been a bit choosy, where we say that we validate their skills to begin with, then we typically ask them to get the problem statement along with the professors who are involved, and then they should be part of the discussion. Then I think that can work beautifully. Now coming back to the entrepreneurial, this thing, that incubation centers are there, but the challenge with them is again the industry connect. They call industry people just for a lecture or whatever. Again, through CAI we took that initiative where getting one industry segment, either cashews or whatever, and get all their problem statements and then go back and give to them. I think one or two institutions have done very well, and that really helps the students who really want to become entrepreneur to take up that as a thing, because they have a passion, but they may not have an idea, right? So for them, it really helps. I think that if it continues and becomes some kind of a main line across all institutions, all industries across in Mangalore, as well as all the students who are in the final year, that would support or encourage more entrepreneurs coming from this region.
Yeah, I believe it is like coming and meeting events like this with the entrepreneurs. I am fortunate that we have Prakash Khalbavi with us. When we were in corporates working, we were attending this kind of event. Even you are a resource person in few of them. This entrepreneurial, looking at the entrepreneurs, new entrepreneurs will start. I am fortunate we have Prakash Khalbavi with us here. We started that entrepreneur Kida, we say that they put it on our head actually. That is where we are here. We made that 5 workspace happened in Mangalore, and more than 2,000 people are working here. We can give that credit to Prakash Khalbavi, and big applause to Prakash Khalbavi sir here. So I request Anurag to take over from here.
All right, so, well, that's not cutting the story again. We have a lot more to discuss, but while we are talking about Noviggo solutions, it's the Novigo story. But this also translates to the Mangalore story, because, for Mangalore, I think Noviggo has become more than an IT firm. It's a beacon of light for who all aspire to do such things. And more importantly, all of them are passionate. They have taken this company, and along with that, Mangalore